the Mpumalanga province, so very close to the capital, Nelspruit, Mbombela. We're still working out what the name of that city is. I'm going to ask the Premier just now how far we are with that. But you can be part of this conversation. We're talking about the state of this province, and perhaps we can learn from some of the successes, and perhaps we can share with some of the challenges that they still face. Premier, Mbombela, Nelspruit, what's the story?
About what?
What is the name, the official name?
About the name?
The name, yes.
Well, the naming is still in process. There are people that are challenging the name. Of course, okay. I think as a province we have done everything that we can in terms of the consultation. So we'll hear the ruling of the court.
Okay, so that's still pending? That's
still pending.
All right, so if we have to Google, we must say Nelspruit for the time being.
Well, Mbombela.
Okay.
You can say Mbombela.
All right, so let's deal with some of the things that have been hitting the press recently. 70 million rand cash crunch over Mandela memorial spend. Some company was given huge money without going through tender processes, and you had to divert funds from various areas to make sure that this was paid. Tell us about that. What happened? Because it doesn't seem like everything happened the way it should have happened.
No. I think everything happened in a right way. Correct procedures were followed.
So there was a tender process.
Sitting where I'm sitting, I'm quite confident that the money that was utilized correctly.
Okay. Was there a tender process?
I'm still waiting for anyone to say, here it's a shortcoming.
Was there a tender process?
Here's a procedure that has not been followed.
Was there a tender process?
Yeah, well, there was a tender process. In an event of an emergency, there's a route that is allowed in the PFMA to follow. We followed that. In terms of adjusting the money, we followed that. Remember, it was an emergency. We had to allow the population of the province to pay their last respect to the former president.
Why was it an emergency, Premier? We've known that Utata was ill for some time. So this is something that people prepared for. Why did it become an emergency?
So are you saying we're supposed to budget for his death?
Well, what I'm saying is that we have preparations ready.
No. In our culture, we don't do that.
Okay, so...
We don't do that.
Okay.
We don't do that.
All right, so the amount that we spent, could we afford that? Because it seemed as if, again, the reports are that funds had to be diverted from various places, otherwise some salaries might not have been paid.
No, we're very responsible in doing the process without really undermining the kind of respect that we want to pay to the figure in question. So, to us, Nelson Mandela means a lot.
All right.
So we had to do everything that we can to allow each and everyone to pay his or her last respect to the former president.
All right. The amounts involved, I guess, people are saying that each mourner received a sandwich, an apple, and a soft drink, and that's not really commensurate with the amount of money that was spent on these celebrations.
Well, those are details, and I think people can investigate and check whether there was value for money. But where I'm sitting, I'm quite convinced that there was value for money. Remember, we're not new in organizing such events. We've been organizing them more or less. I can tell you the costs very recently, we've just organized our own manifesto launch as the ANC, and I was in the forefront in organizing that. I can tell you more or less what it costs, what it takes to organize such an event.
All right. The other question, we put this one to Premier Tandimo Dise as well, about her car. Apparently 3 cars were bought for you, expensive cars. Can we justify that?
Well, I can justify that myself because every day I'm on the road. A lot of my cars had technical problems. They had to be taken back to a point where I had to borrow cars from MECs to be able to travel. It was not a good situation for me. I had to buy a car. And my protectors didn't have a car. I had to buy a car for them.
Okay. Could you not have chosen slightly cheaper cars?
Well, I don't know what you mean by a cheaper car. Wanted a car that is safe because you want me alive. And all the way, every day I'm on the way.
Yeah.
We are always confronting incidents along the road. So we must stay safe.
All right. Okay, we're going to take another quick break, and then when we come back, we'll definitely go to our tables. We'll be back right after this.